All right, you've written out all the answers to these questions that we talked about in the previous video. 6 different questions on the who, what, when, and where, and how it's going to be done for your goals. And now you're ready to implement the goals. You got 5 or 6 goals that you want to do in your company. How do you go about implementing these goals? It's not as easy as just, here's the plan, let's go. What's the proper way to implement new goals for your company? We're going to cover that in this video right now. All right, we've got all those plans written out for the goals. We know exactly why we're doing these goals. We know how to do these goals. We know when to do these goals. We know what resources we're going to use to do the goals. And now we're ready to implement the goals. Well, the first step in implementing the goals is to be a leader. That's right. To do what it is to be a project engineer. To go out into the team, into the company, into the project teams, whatever it may be, and explain what the goals are for this year. What is your company trying to accomplish this year? And to get everyone in the company on board to accomplish those goals. That is the first step, is to be a leader by expressing what it is that you're expecting of each and every individual in the company to help the company achieve the goals that it has set out for this fiscal year. The next step in implementing the goals that your company may have is to go the extra mile. That's right, to go the extra mile. That means not just do enough to get by, but to go 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps more. To go extra, to really push hard on that goal, to try to achieve it as quickly as possible. Do whatever it takes to get to that goal that the company has. That's going the extra mile. That's being a leader, is by going that extra mile. The next step in implementing the goals is just go ahead and implement them, okay? So much for us as engineers and as company owners, where some of us get a little detail-oriented. We want to make sure we got everything checked off, everything ready to go before we start. Well, if you do that and try to look for perfection, what happens is that you may never get it started, or by the time you do get started, it's almost halfway through the year. If not, it's already through the year. If you're going to implement a goal, you implement now. You don't wait. This is what we're going to do. It's not perfect, and we'll correct it along the way, but this is where we're going, and this is how we're going to do it for now. If there's some things that need to be changed, we'll do it as we go. That's implementing now. That is implementing now and not waiting until later. I know you're getting value out of this video. Please do us a favor and go down below right there and go ahead and hit the like button, and then go ahead and hit subscribe, and also go ahead and hit the bell so you can get notified every time we upload a new video. The next step in implementing your goals is to establish deadlines, or is what we usually use in project management, or as project engineers, project managers, we call them milestones. Deadlines is that we must accomplish this by this date and time. Let's say we have a goal of adding 100 new clients to our company. In the first quarter, which would be the end of, let's say, March 30th, on March 30th, we have added an extra 30 clients to our company. That's a goal date. It's a milestone that we must reach. And on June 30th, we must have, by that time, added 60 plus clients to our company. Each quarter, we're establishing milestones. And then what we do once we have those milestones, we further break them down into increments of monthly, or even weekly numbers that leads up to the milestones. Just like we do in doing projects, design projects, we have to have certain things done by certain dates. These are the milestones, the deadlines. We must implement and establish those deadlines. The next step in implementing your goals is to focus on what your goals are. If you wake up in the morning thinking about your goals, If you go to lunch thinking about your goals and you end your day thinking about your goals are always on your mind. It never leaves it. So you never forget it. It's never away from your mind. You are always focusing on accomplishing your goals. Let's say your goal right now is to get one new client this week. One new client. This is all you think about all through the days of the work week. Morning, lunch, evening. I must accomplish getting at least one new client this week. By the end of the week, you more than likely will have one new client. And then the next week, you may raise that to 2 more clients. Then the next week, 3 more clients. Whatever the case may be that you're leading up to by the end of that quarter to have 30 clients. This is what we call being focused on your goals. The next step in implementing your goals is to prioritize. You may have 4 or 5 goals that you're trying to accomplish throughout this year. Your main goals, though, should be on the top of that priority list. What is the main goal that you're trying to accomplish this year? Once you know what the main goal is, then what is the second most important goal that you're trying to accomplish this year? Now you've begun to prioritize your goals. So if nothing else, I'm going to get this goal. And then if I can get that goal, I'm also going to try to get this goal. You work your way down the list, down to the least priority goal. If it is to get 100 new clients, that is your number one goal, then that's what you're going to focus on mainly. If your second goal is to have 30 new, to have not only 100 new clients, but also 100 new projects, it goes hand in hand with your new clients. So that is your first and second priorities. That's why we prioritize, always focusing and always prioritizing what is our goals that we're trying to accomplish this fiscal year. The next step in implementing your goals is to keep moving, never to become stagnant, never to stop. Whenever you stop doing something, it's hard to get it going again. It's like the snowball effect that we always talk about. The snowball effect is you get a small roll of snow, you roll it down the hill, and as it goes, it gets larger and larger and larger, and it rolls faster and faster as it goes down the hill. Well, that's what implementing your goals are. The same thing. Once you get it going, once you implement and you keep going on it, and you keep focusing on it, it begins to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and closer you get to accomplishing your goals. That is why we call it keep moving. Never stop. Never relax and accept the status quo. Always keep going to try to increase your goals. If you reach all your goals, let's say by the middle of the year, well, it might be time to add a few more goals and raise the bar a little bit more. You probably didn't have the bar quite high enough, and see how far you can take your goals. That's moving along. Keep growing. Keep going. The next step in implementing your goals is to keep planning. Never stop planning. Always watch how the performance of your plan is progressing throughout the year. Let's say you implement your plans in January 1. You're moving along quite well, and then comes March, and a pandemic starts in your country. Not only in your country, but worldwide. Every plan that you have is now changed because the way you do business is completely changed. Your clients are all changing and having to make adjustments because of this pandemic. Well, that's a major change in the planning for hitting your goals. But many companies this year actually did hit their goals because they adjusted their plans as they went along for the pandemic. So have we in our company. We have made a lot of adjustments to address the changes due to this pandemic. That's planning. The next step in implementing your goals is to be unrelenting. Now, that may seem kind of a little contradictory, but what it means is to stay focused. You know what your goals are. You know what your plans are. You're going to stick to them no matter what. You're going to reach that goal by the end of the year. The only way you're going to change anything is if some outside force, outside situation, even internally, has changed significantly from when you started the plan. If the plan is not working as you thought it would, then you make some changes. Otherwise, you keep focused. You keep pounding away trying to accomplish that goal exactly the way you plan to do it. You never stop. And then what happens is that you reach that milestone, you hit your goal. You hit the next milestone, you hit the next milestone, you hit that goal. And then at the end of the year, you have accomplished all of your goals for this fiscal year. That is being unrelenting, never stopping. The next step in implementing your goal is how you say things. Now, what does that mean? Well, there's a positive way of saying things and there's a negative way of saying things. If I ask my team members that I need your support, I need you to help me to accomplish this goal, and one or two of them says, yeah, I'll do the best I can, and then one or two others say, you bet you, I'm on board and I'm going to hit these goals just the way you want them. Well, which one do you think is actually going to accomplish the goals? The ones that say, well, I'm going to try, or the one that says, I'm on board? That's right. It's how you say things. And if you say positive things all the time, well, positive things happen. If you say negative things all the time, well, negative things happen. So and this feeds throughout all of life. I have found that the more positive you think, the more positive things you read and listen to and watch, the more positive things happen to you. If you want the opposite, go watch the negative stuff, read the negative stuff, and I guarantee you negative things will happen. So if you want to accomplish your goals, you want to have a positive attitude about reaching those goals. And when changes are happening, you have a positive attitude about that. And so that's okay. I can make adjustments. I'm still in line. I'm still going to reach my goal. Those are positive thoughts. And that's what you want to do when you're implementing these goals. The next thing when you're implementing your goals, you want to make sure that you've got everybody on board. Everybody is supporting you and the company to reach those goals. Those who are going to help you, they're going to give you their approval. They're going to give you their advice. They're going to give you their assistance. They're going to be there for you. They're going to work hard to reach those goals. And you want to keep them motivated all throughout the fiscal year. And you want to constantly keep informing them how we are progressing with those goals. Yes, we're doing great. We're right on track. We're a little ahead of track. We're a little bit behind, but we can catch up. Well, we got to do a few more things here. Those are positive, reinforcing ideas, reinforcing statements that saying we can do this. So you want everyone on board. Those who are not on board, well, you got to do a little more convincing to them. And they'll probably come along once they see things starting to happen and they're actually working towards your goal. So you want to get everybody on board. So those are some of the techniques and methods to use that can help you to achieve your goals and to implement them into your company and get them going and staying on track. Remember, you don't want to wait to implement your goals. You want to start right now. You know what your goals are. Go ahead and implement right now and get going. Get everybody on board. And you will have a positive year and you will reach all of your goals as long as you keep watching and planning and adjusting and working your way through each and every month until the end of the fiscal year. And I guarantee you, you'll meet your goals. Go ahead now and make sure you go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Also, look over here to the side. You'll find another video to watch that we highly recommend about the business of engineering. So until the next time, make sure you keep on growing as an engineer, keep on growing as a manager of an engineering design firm, and we'll see you on the next video.